updated and go. Here goes. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday, the 2nd of April. So today there's very unlikely that we'll see much in the way of significant volumes. I'd expect it to be very, very light today. Volumes may be light, doesn't mean to say price action will be small, but often it is consolidated. Algo traders will probably be algo trading. Whether there will be much in the way of retail traders in today is another question, and more importantly, intrabank trading will probably not be happening too much. What we could see is widening spreads, etc., and maybe slippage and whatnot that comes with trading in very low volumes. However, we do have non-farms at 130, and I think that's really the only story for the day. I'm just looking at euro dollar at the moment. So then technically it's looking like it wants to do a bit of a reversal. It has run into its daily 8 at this stage, and that may be as far as it gets. It does have the monthly pivot above, which if it can break through this area would be sort of an obvious sort of next point of target. Resistance sort of sits all through this at the moment. I'll come down to the 4 hourly and it's into its 4 hourly 50, but this 4 hourly 50 has been mauled before, been attacked a couple of times, and we've got the week. There's as many things against it. There's positives such as the weekly pivot, the monthly pivot. So there are some draws that sit above it. Of course, this weekly pivot would disappear at the end of today, but the monthly pivot remains. Also, we're seeing some decent price action in terms of, you could see it on the 4 hourly, but you can see on the hourly here with this higher low confirmed. So we'll see if we can get a bit more of a push up. The US markets are as normal, so it's only we could see more volumes through this afternoon, but we'll still be missing the European volumes. Okay, cable. Let's have a look at cable price action here. It's well, trying its best. It's I mean, yesterday it came pretty much into its daily 50. It's trying to push through that. It's back into its my trend line I've drawn there again. It's sort of retesting that, but it does again look like it could have a bit of a continuation on this move for now, at least. But of course, with light volumes, you never know what's going to happen. But it's gradually stepping its way up there, slowly, steadily. It's consolidated earlier on around the highs here. It's pushed up through the Asian session a bit more, and they may be on a retracement with these higher lows. We've had a couple of higher lows coming through on here, higher highs coming through. We could be seeing a retracement may give an opportunity for the upside. Of course, we have got daily pivots below on this pound at the moment, and that could be a point that the market comes back to if it starts selling off. Dollar yen, the yen's not really given up the ghost, and well, it has, I should say. It's not giving up the move. I'm surprised how much further this has gone to what I expected. It really has it's pushed up there, but when you come back on the 4 hourly, is this a sign of a bit of a retrace in the making here? It certainly looks like it's potential. A break of the low of about 110.41 would maybe just confirm a bigger, more significant lower high. Very choppy as it sits at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see this choppiness continue for now, but it's currently looking like it's going to run down to some support there with the 100 MA. Aussie dollar took a bit of a hiding yesterday, running below its sort of 2021 sort of lows. It's sort of taken this move out. You can see on this dailies here, very pronounced head and shouldery sort of pattern here. We're in this ABC correction, or 1, 2, 3 correction at the moment. Consolidation around the lows there again was taken out yesterday. It did manage quite a reversal there yesterday, and I won't be surprised on this. Well, we didn't. I thought we'd see a couple of key reversals on the lower time frames, but certainly not on the 4 hourly here. But yesterday morning, later in the morning, there started pitching up and, well, a bit more solid. again, it's higher lows coming through this, and maybe just it's sort of taking out some key levels there, but then buyers coming into the market for now. At least solid old move there at around about 8 o'clock in the morning when the European markets sort of livened up. Anyway, for now, it's looking like in the short term at least it's got some potential upside, but don't forget the sort of bigger trend on these markets. If they do start selling, it might be easier to be on the sell side. Canadian dollar's benefited over time through being slightly deemed as stronger than the US situation, but that'll gradually wear off. But for now, it's the US dollar's been selling versus the Canadian dollar. We put this putting this correction in there yesterday, even with oil prices. Well, oil prices are probably helping it to some degree at the moment, but certainly continued very much. It does look like if the dollar starts selling off some more, we'll see a correction in a further correction and the further downside on this US dollar Canadian dollar. Okay, that's pretty much it with the majors there. Let's have a look at the equity markets here. Just looking, using as a benchmark the S&Ps. Well, this is the S&P minis futures market live, and again it's making new highs as I speak. It's broken that 4,000 area. There was me taking a crafty little long for a few points effectively on the break of its trend line here the other day, and well, it's gone and gone. But consolidating this morning, I should think markets and the futures here would be thin this morning. You can already see how tiny these little candles are relative to normal morning sort of periods. Very thin at the moment, but eventually these the volatility can pick up. It doesn't mean to say we'll have low volatility because we've got low volumes, but it normally comes together. Okay. Buying the dips really, it seems, on the S&Ps. Gold saw a follow through from the has seen a follow through from that double bottom, and yesterday just continued, closed pretty much towards the top of the candle there, and looks like a moment, if that's right, a slight gap up at this morning. That will probably be closed, but a gap, but at the moment still looking like we could see a continuation here. So really everything points to a bit of dollar softening. I wouldn't say dollar weakness, but dollar softening anyway, for now at least. Looking at oil, now this is a surprise for me, I think anyway. It's bounced back up even though production is going to be increased, but yet demand hasn't yet, and we're seeing this sort of solid old 4-hourly bar there. It did start coming off, but pushed back up again. But we'll see what comes of this. It's a funny old market at the best of times, oil, and it seems to be just proving how funny it can be when you expect it to really be continuing on the downside. But regardless, it's outperforming at this moment. There's plenty of production that it just doesn't make sense from a fundamental basis. But there you go, trying to make sense out of a fundamental basis can be bad for your wallet. Okay, just look at the technicals. Technicals at the moment are pushing us up for now. It's not a break above this high here, about 62.28 might change things considerably, and buyers may just come into this market for some reason, because fundamentally it's flawed. Anyway, that's enough on that. Bitcoin, let's a quick look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin this morning, well, it is continued to push up on the futures now. I'm going to just have a quick look elsewhere. Sorry, you're not going to be able to see this. Ethereum is pushed up. Bitcoin, let's just check Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash slow but steady there this morning. It's the last couple of days have been doji bars. It's pushing up there on the cash market. Ethereum pushing up reasonably solidly, and not really nice move on Ethereum. XRP steady. Ripple, it's just not really moving to the same extent. Ethereum really sort of Ethereum, Bitcoin running right with it a bit more there on those three majors I'm looking at. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. I wish you a great Easter if you're taking it off. I won't be in on Monday morning. Very unlikely to be doing too much on Monday. It's a bank holiday again in the UK. I believe the US is as normal, but I will personally not be doing this. I'll be having a lie-in. I wish you a great one. I'll catch you next Tuesday on that basis. Take care. Bye for now.